Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to be talking about farming and how I drastically cut down my farming time. Now if you guys don't know what farming is when you go out, you hit a campaign. Usually what I'm hitting on Brutal is we go 12-3 or 12-6, just kind of depends what we're doing. We go in there, we battle, we use a team, and we go through and we farm. This is a good way to level up your food. If you don't know what food is, maybe I should do you guys need a video on what food is, talking about that? Basically, it's stuff that you're going to feed into other stuff, or if you need to level up some champions that you're going to actually use, this is a great way to do it, farming up these levels. But I'm going to talk about how I upgraded my time, got my time a lot quicker than it was. So that's going to be the battle plan for today's video, how I got faster at farming, upgrading my food, gaining more silver, and gaining more experience overall. If you guys are pumped up for it, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave a like on the video and have those notifications on. So when I first started, if you guys remember, I was farming using Miscreated Monster. So we would use him in the lead, and then we'd run 3 champions behind. We would start and we would roll. Now this took quite a bit. This was a pretty long process. I don't know why this is taking so long to load. This was a pretty long process because Monster wasn't quite strong enough. Although, he has been re-geared since I used to farm with him. Once I pulled Bellower, I worked on getting Bellower up, and then I switched over to Bellower as being my primary farmer. But you can see, just a little bit, it just takes a little bit because you got to wait for him to hit. Then he ends up shielding guys, so they stay alive, and it's just a real pain. But we eventually get through the wave, and then when, he doesn't have his attack that hits everyone, it takes a little bit. So, I was farming, it was taking like 2 minutes. Like a good raid was under 2 minutes. It worked. It got me to where I needed to be. It made it so I could farm 3 champions at the same time while, just having my Miscreated Monster kind of lead the charge here. This one was looking like we're going to get under a minute, or right around a minute probably. But I remember a time where it was like 2 minutes. I think we even have that in a video somewhere. This might actually even be 2 minutes the way it's looking. We'll see. But I'm hoping he had better stats that maybe we're like, yeah, okay, so we're good. So like a minute 10. So that's where I started, using Miscreated Monster, which worked. It was okay. It kind of got me by. But then I pulled Bellower. And Bellower does really great things. And I had Bellower, we set him up so he had 100% crit rate. Really what you need to see is like the crit rate, crit damage. 100% crit rate, 132% on the crit damage. His speed was okay, his attack was okay, and this was the gear loadout. And I didn't have the exact shield because I don't have that shield anymore, but this was a really similar shield to when I did the Bellower video. And this is where I was, and I was hitting about 30-ish, 30 to 40 second runs, so I knocked off some time. But I want to show you guys how drastically I spent a lot of time today fine-tuning my Bellower, gearing him up. There's still room for improvement, to be clear, but he's gotten a lot better at farming and farming fast. So you see right here, we're already way quicker than we were with Miscreated Monster. We're actually looking like we're going to come in under 30 seconds, possibly. Remember, all of his attacks hit AoE, hitting all the troops. So 26 seconds, and I'm sure you guys can see that spoiler alert of best time of 13 seconds. But how do we get down to that? 26 seconds, it's like 26 to 35 seconds. Not bad, really. I mean, that's a lot faster than Monster was doing it. But what if we can go faster? And that's exactly what I did with my Bellower. So what I did here, and actually, let me go ahead and move my camera over a little bit. That way you guys can kind of see the stats as we're changing them. So what I wanted to do was, I wanted to focus on getting his attack up, his crit damage up, and we needed to make sure the crit rate stayed above 100%. Now, right now, we're running 3 sets of Cruel, which is attack 15% and ignores 5% of damage, defense, which the main reason I was running that, I didn't have any crit damage sets, so really wasn't like an option. And then we had a broken set up top just because it made sense. We had crit damage, crit rate, crit damage, crit rate. However, immediately I was farming, doing, the events for the fusion, and getting ready, and I immediately pulled a better sword, and we got this sword right here. This one was awesome. So this one has crit rate 5%. So we're actually going to lose 5% on the crit rate, but we'll make that up elsewhere. But the crit damage is 12%, which I'm sure what you're thinking, that's actually less, Bash. Yes, it is. However, the big difference here is we get the 18% to attack. And that's going to add in a bunch of attack points. And the way the crit damage works is it's the 100% from the attack, plus it adds another 150%. So adding that attack and making it higher is actually going to make our crit damage go up. So this was the first piece. I was like, that's going to be nice. That's going to be good with the attack in there. And then I was farming, and I finally got a decent Fire Knight team, and I was able to farm up some crit damage. Okay, where's crit damage? That's near the bottom more. Curing crit damage is okay. I was able to farm up a little bit of crit damage, and these are not even the best pieces. They're okay, but they're not like incredible. This helmet's pretty good. I like this helmet quite a bit. I wish one of the buffs would have went into the crit damage, but I don't even mind the speed. So here's the helmet we are using. We have the defense in there. We have crit rate of 4%, attack, and accuracy. So it's okay. You'll see here, we're actually going to lose a little bit of attack, but because remember, when we take the set off, we're going to lose that 15% attack. So we're going to lose that buff. So we're going to put this helmet on, but we're going to put two pieces on so we'll get that crit damage 20%. And remember, we're trying to keep that crit rate above 100%. So that's the next piece. We're going to equip that helmet, put that on right there. And then finally, not finally, the next piece is boots. I needed, the option was either this, which has no crit help besides the crit damage from the set, or these boots. And this was a little bit weird for me because normally boots you want speed. These boots, speed for the primary stat. These boots have attack for the primary percent. But look at that. You get up to 50% attack. I was like, huh, that could actually work as long as we outspeed the AI on the map. Will be fine. He has decent speed elsewhere. And we run that attack 50%. We have the crit rate in there. We get HP resist. That stuff doesn't really matter too much. So I was like, that could work. So that was the only piece that I had. Let's try it out. Let's throw it in there. So we equipped that. And then we got our clan boss rewards the other day. And I noticed I had this piece right in here. So my chest plate has defense percent of 50, which not optimal at all. It does have that crit rate, does have 11% of attack. But look at this chest piece here, all the way upgraded to 16, and we get that 40% attack increase. Huge. Crit rate of 14%, which makes up some of the losses we had elsewhere. We get an extra 1%. And then a crit damage of 5% also adds in a little bit of hit points. So we're going to gain attack, we're going to gain crit rate, we're going to gain crit damage here. No brainer, right? We got to get that. So we'll go ahead and throw that on there, plus the attack percent. That's huge. I'm not worried about the other stats. We're just using Bellower for farming right now. And then the final piece was the shield. I was like, I can do better than that shield. And I was looking around, and I was like, I really can do better on that shield. So I went through all my shields, and I was clicking on all of them. Oh, we got this, we got this. Oh, that's got a little bit of crit rate. That's got a little bit of crit damage, but it only buffs up twice. And then, you know, I was looking at a piece like that doesn't really have anything. We had this piece that had crit rate twice buffed up, but we didn't really need the crit rate because we're actually at like 114%. So I was looking at something like this. I buffed it up twice, didn't get the crit damage, got speed, got defense, and I was like, man, what is gonna work for this? And I kept looking, and finally I found this shield here, this taunting shield. Buffed it up four times, but got 3 crit damages, so it goes up 19%, and then the resist went for the other one, and we get HP. So crit damage is gonna go up 4 more percent, and we have the wiggle room to lose on the crit rate because we have plenty of room. So we go ahead and we equip that there just to get that crit damage up. So we're looking a little bit better. And then what I did, I don't have better rings. I went ahead and I maxed out my ring. At the time, my ring was only 12. That way we got the attack all the way up. Literally wasted a bunch of silver so I could get a higher attack because none of this stuff, like we have attack 5%, but you see, like it still is lower attack there. We want higher attack. That one has attack 17, still not going to be enough. really, this was the best ring I have until like a spider event comes and I'm able to farm it. And then I put on this amulet. Ideally, we want a crit damage amulet. Again, I just don't have it. We had a couple options here, but this amulet had attack and crit damage. And then this banner right here had attack percent and attack right there with a little bit of resist. So that gets us to our final stats right here of 109% on the crit rate. So we're over 100%. 162% on the crit damage, and then an attack of 3,100. That's the big thing there. The attack of 3,100. So let me just double check, make sure I did all of that right, because I was nervous I was gonna mess it up. Yep, that's all good. That's yeah, that's fine. And then the other pieces we already had on there were pieces like the gloves that have the crit rate of 50%, crit damage of 11%. And then we switched everything else out. So we still have room for improvement here. Really, like, we could get some better boots that have like crit damage on there with a better attack percent or something. We could definitely get a better ring. We need an attack percent ring. We could definitely get a better amulet. There's definitely room to improve here. And then the masteries are kind of looking like this for him, with the final mastery being crit damage 20%, just in case you guys are wondering. So that's what the changes I made today. Still not 100% maxed. There's still room for improvement. But now when we go in, we'll go 12.6 because that's what we hit before. We go in and we hit it. We can go a lot faster because watch Bellower now. Ready? Bam, done. One and done. Bam, one and done. Now wave 3, he does not one and done. That's what slows us down. But once we get that better ring, we get that better amulet, he's gonna one and done all 3 waves and be at like 10 seconds. Look at that. The 14-second run. This allows me just to farm these guys up like crazy, get that food going, and that's what you want for farming. You can just go fast. You can go through it. It's consistent. I think I got 13 seconds on this one and maybe 13 or 14 on the other stage, which is 12.3. It works, guys. Bellower is a beast. One of the best rare champions for farming. Let's go to the map and I'll show you guys just so you can see the other stage. Now, Nightmare, that's a different... I'm not even through the Nightmare maps. That's a whole different thing. So stage 12.3, our best time is actually 12 seconds. So we improve that gear. We get under 10 seconds, no problem with him. Huge improvements on the farming, and that's what you want. You want to go as fast as possible. You want someone that's smacking that AoE, knocking stuff out as fast as they can. Look how close he is. We get that ring. We get that amulet. We get a crit rate or a crit damage amulet. It's over. It's done with, guys. We are going to farm like maniacs and clear these all out. So that's what I wanted to show you guys here today. How I improved my time adding crit damage, attack, and just making sure he had enough speed to outspeed the AI. That was the main thing. I didn't need a crazy amount of speed. Didn't need a crazy amount of defense because he's not going to get hit much. We just need we want to buff up that attack or buff up that crit damage and just run through here. And there's still room for improvement. I'm always looking out for better gear, especially since I'm running broken sets. I can definitely find other stuff as I'm farming. So that's something to keep in mind. Broken sets are not always a bad thing. We still need to get like some crit damage. Like if I get a crit damage set that could be better, that's an immediate improvement. If I get another crit damage set on him, we're living that good life. Like, you know, if we get like a weapon and shield, that would be nice. But for now, this will work. I'm really hoping there's a spider event soon, so I have an excuse to farm the spider and get an amulet, get a better ring. But hopefully this helps you guys out, gives you an idea how to gear up Bellower or a similar one. Crit damage, you want that crit rate at 100%. A champion like this, where you're just trying to blow through, crit rate needs to be 100%, and then you want to get that crit damage. But don't neglect that attack. Remember, your crit damage is going to be based, crit damage is going to be based around your attack. Yes, it's beefed up. It's your attack, 100% of your attack, plus 150% of that. So it's essentially 250% of your attack. So keep that in mind when you guys are doing it. Hopefully you did enjoy today's raid video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. I'm working on a new kind of series of market finds. And let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see, you want me to cover as we're kind of going through. I'm still learning, but things are progressing nicely. I'm working on that fusion. I don't know if you guys are working on the fusion, but we're doing pretty well on the fusion for Rotos. I have enough to get this champion done. I have 10 out of the 16 champions we need. So I've been working on everything. I'm going to be farming the dragon tonight to get the dragon done to get him. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll unlock Rhodos. We'll have some fun with him and show him off. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads of mine. And if you did happen to miss yesterday's video, you can check it out right over there.